Have you ever paused and wondered, am I building the required skills for the future? Or am just getting better at my current job? Because here's the truth. What makes you successful today does not necessarily keep you relevant tomorrow. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Whether you're starting a new role or you have years of experience, this question shows up for all of us. In my previous videos, we spoke about creating impact, building credibility, and communicating clearly. But all of this leads to something deeper. What skills keep you relevant, not just for today, but what's coming next? Here's where most of us get stuck. We double down on what we are already doing well. And to be fair, it works for a while. You get recognized, trusted, and maybe even promoted. But slowly, things start to shift. Roles evolve, technology changes, expectation grows, and without realizing it, your biggest strength becomes your comfort zone. I've seen this happen so often. High performers who are excellent at execution, but the role changes around them, they struggle to adapt. Because here's the reality. Your job can change overnight, but your skills will stay with you. Relevance is not about what you're good at today. It's about how ready you are for what's coming next. If doing your job well is not sufficient enough, what should you focus on instead? In this video, we are going to talk about 5 essential skills to keep you future ready. Before we proceed, if you haven't liked or subscribed to my channel, please do so. Learning agility. I realized this in one of my transitions. I stepped into a new role and quickly learned that what I already knew was not enough anymore. That's when something clicked. Your real advantage is not what you know. It's about how quickly you can learn. So instead of trying to have all the answers, I focused on asking better questions, learning from other people, and adapting to change. And that changed everything. The faster the world changes, the more this becomes your edge. And one more thing I realized. Learning is not just about gaining knowledge. It's also about unlearning things which no longer work. Future-ready professionals don't wait to know everything. They get comfortable to learn anything. But remember, learning alone doesn't create value. Critical thinking. You need to apply what you've learned in the right way. At one point, I noticed something interesting about my own work. I was efficient, I was delivering, but I was not always stepping back to ask myself, am I solving the right problem or just the obvious one? And that question changed my approach. I started asking, what assumptions are we making? What data actually supports this? What are we missing here? That's when I realized critical thinking is not about having all the right answers. It's about asking better questions and challenging ourselves. In a world where we are surrounded by so much information, your value comes from how you interpret it. I have seen this shift personally. The moment you start asking the right questions, your work becomes sharper and your impact becomes deep. Emotional intelligence and social skills. One of the biggest turning point in my career did not come from learning more. It came from understanding people better. No matter how strong your ideas are, your impact depends on how well you connect. And some of the most challenging moments at work are not technical. They are human-centric. Managing different perspectives, navigating through difficult conversations, and building trust across teams. And this is where emotional intelligence really shows up. Understanding what others need, how do they think, when to listen and when to respond. And I have learned this the hard way at times, that reacting quickly doesn't always help, but responding with awareness does. Because careers don't grow in isolation, they grow through relationships. The stronger your ability to connect, the greater is the ability to influence. Decision making. As I progressed through my career, I observed another shift. In the past, I used to spend a lot of time on analysis. But over time, I realized analysis alone doesn't create value. Decisions do. In fast-moving environments, you don't always have perfect information. The real question comes, can you make the right call with clarity and confidence? Then on, I started focusing on what matters most. What are the trade-offs? What will be the impact of my decision? This changed how I approached my role. Because at every level, your value grows because of the quality of your decisions. Decision making is what turns thinking into actions. Digital literacy. This is one of those areas which we can't simply ignore anymore. The way we work is changing fast. I have seen this firsthand. Whether it's using AI tools, using data for decision making, or adapting to new digital platforms. The question is no longer, should you use them? It's how effectively you should use them. You don't need to be an expert on these, but you need to understand what's possible, how technology can improve your work, and stay curious about new ways of working. I've personally started exploring these more as a talent management professional. And trust me, small steps make a big difference. Because in the future, technology will not replace you, but someone using it better might do so. Now let's explore what doesn't keep you relevant. This is equally important. Only going deeper in what you already know, because depth without range can limit you. Staying in your comfort zone, because what feels safe today can hold you back tomorrow. Just putting more and more effort, because effort without direction doesn't evolve your value. Staying relevant isn't about doing more. It's about growing in the right direction. Now let's bring all of these together. When you think about your future, focus on these 5 skills: learning agility, critical thinking, emotional intelligence and social skills, decision making, and digital literacy. Because if you look closely, they shape how you think, how you learn, how you connect, and how you adapt to change. And that's what keeps you relevant. Let me leave you with this. If your role changes tomorrow, would your skills still make you valuable? Take a moment, step back, and ask yourself, which of these skills am I building for my future? If this video gave you a new perspective, share it with someone who is focused on growth and is also curious on what's coming next. Because staying relevant is a choice. This is Talent Talks with Sagar, helping you stay relevant, build influence, grow with intention today and for the future. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Have a nice day.